The better you understand this principle, the better your backhand will be. The principle I'm talking about is the most key one in the whole of the disc golf backhand, and that is that the backhand is a rotational movement. So the faster you rotate, the faster you will throw, not the harder you will throw. Now, the two key rotational aspects of the backhand are the shoulders and the hips, the legs, the pelvis, whatever you want to say. So, for the legs, obviously, power comes from the ground up. Now, you need to be in a position that gives you the most range of motion possible for the throw without going out of that range of motion. So, for when you're stepping up and you're in your backhand throw, and let's say you're talking about this left plant foot, this left foot, the role of it is to rotate in, and then the brace stops some linear momentum, but stops the rotational energy and transfers it through a tight core into the upper body, because you obviously need to transfer your energy because you're throwing with your arm. It's not connected to your leg. So with this left leg, it needs to be at around a 45-degree angle back, so diagonal from where you're throwing, because any more than that, and it's hard to rotate in on your toe, you're going to be facing too far away and you're probably going to weight shift. And weight shifting is exactly what we don't want to do. We need to be, this is a tip I got from Gannon Burr, you need to imagine that through the center of yourself is a pole. And this means that then you're rotating because the faster you can rotate, the more efficiently you can rotate, the faster you're going to throw. If you think of a ballerina spinning, if they bring all of their, let's say, limbs closer together, they're going to spin faster. That's the same as a disc golf throw. The more efficiently that you can spin, the faster you're going to throw. And so with this, you don't want to overreach with your left foot. You don't want to point too far away, but you don't want to be your left foot wanting to be here, facing forwards, perpendicular to where you're going to throw, because your knee's already in, you can't rotate. And so when it's in this position, it can rotate, and then it goes into this strong braced leg, which will rotate on its heel. And then you watch, if I'm facing with my hips, if you watch my hips, when I'm coming into this throw, and we get into an athletic position, because you need to be athletic for your balance, your coordination, a more activation of muscle groups. An athletic stance is hinging forward at the hips, and it's obviously athletic. It's going to be really, really necessary. You can't throw standing upright. Okay, and so I drive this in and look at my hips. They've already shifted from here to there in a split second. If I'm here, I'm not able to, I'm wiggling, I'm weight shifting. You really don't want that. It's the same as the shoulders. They're coming back like your left arm is in a rowing, like if you're at the gym and you're rowing, this position, because it's accessible to then drive down. Look at where my shoulders are going. So I'm here, and then they're instantly gone completely the other way around. You need to rotate with your fist as well, because if you watch, this really brings my shoulder in. This is why people drive down to the hip, because it rotates the shoulders, and then also it keeps them on the same plane. You don't want to be rotating and dipping, because then what you're going to do with your throw, it's not flat. This is why as well you need to stay on the same plane with your arm, because when you rotate with your shoulders on the same plane, and it's all rotating at the same time, working in conjunction with a tight core, then this has to stay, this elbow needs to be raised so that the arm can stay on the same plane. Otherwise, it's just going to leak energy, and it's another variable that you don't want, the height variable. You need to keep it on the same height. And so, rotate and bam, throwing far. Since you can understand that this is where power comes from, any excess movement is therefore unnecessary. So, I'm just going to demonstrate a little throw, and then I can talk through it. This is why more compact throws in general are good, because there's no excess movement. Once you understand that this is where the power comes from, and the rotational aspect of the throw, then you can see that if you're overreaching with your body, over twisting and weight shifting, then you're just hindering your ability to rotate, which eventually hurts how fast you can throw. Because if you can rotate fast and efficient as possible, then you can get more power. So once you're able to rotate as efficiently as possible, the next thing is looking at your maximum available power output from your muscles. So this is why going to the gym, doing certain specific training will increase your power output. But I'll not go through that in the video. But the total maximum power output will be the availability from your muscles, but then also how efficiently you can utilize them in the backhand throw. Obviously, there's a few other things that happen. It's not just rotation in these key things, because there's certain things that your head's doing, in terms of if your head's in the wrong position, you're probably not going to be able to throw as fast as possible, but those are the main key things. I'm going to have a look now at some professional players to show you what I mean. Now, an important thing to mention is, although your core needs to be really tense, the rest of your body should be fluid so that it can accelerate, and it can act as something that's not forcing its way and muscling the throw. Because if you try and throw too hard, you're never going to be able to throw as fast as if you allow yourself to be really, really fluid and able to just be relaxed and accelerate into the motion. And acceleration is really key in throwing far, because if you're tensed up the whole way, you're not going to be able to access the same amount of acceleration as you could if you were just staying relaxed. Thank you very much for watching the B-Hole Disc Golf YouTube channel. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure you check the description to follow all of my social media. And this video has been about the backhand most important principle, which is the faster you rotate, the faster you throw. The backhand is a rotational movement, so you need to act like it. You cannot go your way throwing harder and harder. The less you throw with your arm and the more you utilize your body, the better your throw is going to be. Thank you very much for watching, and peace. It's not about how hard you can throw. It's about how fast you can rotate. If you work on rotating as fast as possible while staying on the same plane, then you're going to be able to throw further than your wildest dreams. Let me show you.